APC shifts convention to June 6th and 7th as INEC extends deadline by 6 days. Folarin wins Oyo APC Guba primary.
PDP convention, Atiku Saraki battle PDP governors for 811 delegates. We are here to win today. Atiku campaign organization.
Presidency with a rider. Court says Jonathan qualified for 2023 contest.
Alleged 96 billion naira probe. Supreme Court dismisses Amichi's case. Apex Court has convicted me. Panel merely investigative, says Amichi.
Boko Haram with a rider. 5 million displaced in Lake Chad area. Buhari.
Ibadan woman tells court, the only thing my husband does is to impregnate me.
Akeredolu condemns attack, abduction at construction site.
Court denies the culture bill over 2.96 billion naira money laundering case.
Osun Afam gets new president.
APC moves convention to June 6-7 as INEC shifts deadline by 6 days. Extension not for concluded primaries, says an Amici.
Eagles
INEC.
will rise again. Ekong.
Uba Sani wins APC governorship primary in Kaduna.
Champions League final with a rider. I'm not after revenge. Klopp.
This and many more after this break.
Pleasant morning to you all there, and you're welcome to Saturday's editions of Headline. I am Adeniyi Kende, pairing with
Olushola Egbodofo. Good morning.
As 811 delegates begin the process of picking the presidential candidate of the People's Democratic Party PDP inside the velodrome of the Moshood Abiola National Stadium, Abuja, today, 3 aspirants, Atiku Abubakar, Yeson Wike and Bukola Saraki, are in a close race to clinch the ticket. Indeed, the battle is between Atiku Saraki and Governors Wike and Aminu Tambuwa, backed by some of their colleagues. Out of the 17 persons who purchased the nomination and expression of interest forms, 2 aspirants were disqualified by the David Mark-led screening committee, while another aspirant and former governor of Anambra State, Mr. Peter Obi, opted out of the race and the party.
Chairman of the Atiku Campaign Publicity Subcommittee, Dr. Don Pedro Obaseki, told Headlines he was optimistic that Atiku will be victorious at the intra-party polls. Another official of Atiku's campaign told Headlines that the party will go for someone with experience and is a good material to market across this country. With due respect to the other aspirants, there that no one amongst them has name recognition like Atiku. Even Wike in Rivers State, the Rivers State governor has sold himself to delegates as one who sustained the main opposition party when it lost power in 2015 and was abandoned by many of its leading lights. He has toured all the states of the Federation, reaching out to delegates and other party stakeholders with the message that he is the only one among the 14 aspirants that can defeat the ruling All Progressives Congress in next year's election.
In the meantime, presidential aspirant of the All Progressive Congress APC and the former governor of Rivers State, Mr. Chibuike Rotimi Amechi, lost his bid to stop his probe over an alleged 96 billion naira fraud and alleged fraudulent sales of assets belonging to Rivers State. Amechi, however, reacted sharply on Friday that the judgment confirmed that the panel instituted by the Rivers State government to probe the allegation against him was a mere investigative body. A 5-member panel of justices of the Supreme Court, in unanimous judgment delivered by Justice Adamu Jahuru on Friday, ordered Amechi to go and face the Commission of Inquiry set up by the state government to investigate his 8-year tenure as governor of the state.
There were indications on Friday night that the National Convention of the All Progressives Congress APC may have been shifted from tomorrow to June 6 and 7 this year. The shift, according to source, close to the leadership of the party stemmed from the decision of the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) to extend the deadline for the conclusion of party primaries by 6 days. There was no official statement on the shift in convention date from the APC on Friday night. Speculation was rife that the agitation for extension of the timeline was instigated by the ruling APC, whose leadership has been overwhelmed with logistics for the conduct of its presidential convention. Investigation revealed that although the screening of the APC presidential aspirant commenced on Friday at an undisclosed location, there appears to be no indication that the convention will proceed as scheduled.
Senator Teslim Folani has been declared winner of the All Progressives Congress APC governorship primary in Oyo State. Announcing the results on Friday evening at the Obafemi Awolowo Stadium, Okeado venue of the exercise, Secretary of the Election Committee and returning officer of the election, Abdullahi Kuso, said Folani scored 954 votes to beat his closest challenger, Adebaya Adelabu, who polled 327 votes. Akim Agbaje scored 15 votes to place third. Other aspirants are Aziz Ade Doton, Niyi Akintola, Akim Alao, and Akim Agbaje scored 2-0, 6 and 15 votes respectively. Adelabu was absent at the venue of the exercise, while Agbaje, Adedoton, and Alao stormed out of the venue before the results were announced.
A federal high court in Abuja has refused to admit a former governor of Imo State, Mr. Rochas Okorocha, to bail pending the determination of a suit he filed against the federal government. Justice Nyako Eko declined to compel the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission to release him on bail. Mr. Okorocha, representing Imo West in the Senate, had filed an ex parte application in which he predicated his bail request on the ground that he is a presidential aspirant on the platform of the All Progressives Congress and that his political ambition would be jeopardized unless granted bail. Justice Eko, in a brief ruling on the bail application, said he was not inclined to admit him to bail.
Senator Uba Sani, representing the Central Senatorial District of Kaduna State in the Senate, has been declared winner of the governorship primary election of the All Progressive Congress APC, held on Thursday in Kaduna State. The returning officer of the election, Anachuna Henry, while declaring Uba Sani as the winner of the election on Friday morning, said a total of 1,275 delegates were registered. According to him, 1,244 were accredited, 1,235 delegates voted, 1,196 votes remained valid, while 39 votes were invalid. Henry disclosed that Uba Sani polled 1,149 votes to defeat the two other contestants, Bashir Abubakar and Sonny Shaban, who scored 37 and 10 votes respectively. In his acceptance speech, Sani noted that his victory was a victory of every member of the party, saying, "This is your victory. This is your moment. This is the beginning of the journey of consolidation and continuity."
Governor Rotimi Akeredolu of Ondo State has expressed shock at the attack and adoption of a Lebanese at a construction site in Owo and the killing of his driver and security. Akeredolu visited the scene of the incident with the Commissioner of Police, Mr. Oyeyemi Oyedino, a special advisor on security matters and commander of Amatekun Corps, Chief Adetunji Adeleye, and the Commissioner for Infrastructure, Lands and Housing, Rahim Aminu, described the attack as unfortunate. Speaking at the operational base of the expatriates in Owo, he reassured the workers of their safety, saying the abducted expatriates will be rescued alive by the security operatives in the state.
3 staff members of Dangote Cement Company have been killed in a motor accident which occurred on Thursday at Zariagi Obajana Road in Kogi State. The victims, according to staff members of the company, were Victoria, Beatrice, and Alayu. It was further learned that it was a multiple crash that involved 4 vehicles. Eyewitnesses said many were injured in the accident and are currently receiving treatment at an undisclosed hospital. The Kogi State Sector Commander, Federal Road Safety Corps, FRSC, Stephen Dawulong, confirmed the incident on Friday. Dawulong said the total number of people involved in the accident was 48 males and 15 females.
In the meantime, the Federal Ministry of Works and Housing has announced the closure of the Obajana junction on the Lokoja-Obajana-Kaba road for repair. The ministry said that the closure will last for 7 days to facilitate the reconstruction of the road and culverts washed away by floods sometime in 2021. The Federal Controller of Works in Kogi, Jimoh Kajogbola Kogi, announced this to newsmen in Lokoja. Mr. Kajogbola described as embarrassing and unfortunate the unending gridlocks and accident being witnessed at the Obajana Junction and the entire Lokoja-Obajana-Kaba road. Students of the Federal Ministry of Technology, Owerri, and Imo State University Owerri led other students in protest against the ongoing impasse between the federal government and the Academic Staff Union of Universities. The action of the students left many motorists and travelers stranded. Speaking at the protest ground, chairman of the Federal University Technology Owerri branch of the Senior Staff Association of Nigerian Universities, Comrade Nwokeji Nchena, appealed to the federal government to respond urgently to the yearnings of HASU. Speaking on behalf of the protesters, Comrade Ejike praised God, a student of FUTO, and the deputy coordinator, National Association of Nigerian Students Southeast, said if nothing is being done, Nigerian students will be at home for the next 6 months.
Governor State of Osun Adegboyega Oyetola has reassured the young ones that the state will continue to sustain its commitment to all ongoing obligations to ensure their well-being and development at all fronts. Governor Oyetola, represented by the Air State Head of Service, Dr. Olugboyega Oyebade, stated this at the 2022 Children's Day, emphasized that the state's commitment towards the promotion and protecting the rights of every citizen, including the children. The state helmsman stressed that Children's Day celebration should remind parents and guardians on the need to protect the rights of their children and world. He called on stakeholders involved in child education to play their roles effectively and complement government efforts in all ramifications.
President Muhammadu Buhari has said that more than 5 million people have been displaced in the Lake Chad region, with 70% of them mostly Nigerians. He gave a session on Friday in his remarks at the 16th African Union Extraordinary Section of Assembly of Heads of States and Government on Humanitarian Crisis in Africa and Pledging Conference holding in Malabo, Equatorial Guinea. The president therefore called for more concerted and institutionalized effort in ameliorating the suffering of refugees and internally displaced persons in Africa, saying only collective and coordinated approach will make a difference. A statement issued by Buhari's Senior Special Assistant on Media and Publicity, Garba Shehu, quoted him as saying that he cannot deny the fact that he has a very dangerous humanitarian crisis in his hand. He affirmed that the violent onslaughts by Boko Haram insurgents on the northeast of Nigeria had led to humanitarian crisis.
As children are still basking in the euphoria of this year's Children's Day, what is your candid advice to the parents and guardians of the children? What is your candid advice? This is going to be our talking points on Your View segment this morning. As children are still basking in the euphoria of this year's Children's Day, what is your candid advice to parents and guardians out there on how they should take care of their children and world? At an appropriate time, we open the line, then you tell us your view on Your View segment. The number to dial is 081-877-5777. The number to dial is 081-877-5777.
Alhaji Jubrin, husband of Fatima Jubrin, the 32-year-old woman, gruesomely murdered alongside her 4 children by gunmen in Anambra State, has said that life has not been the same for him since the tragic incident. Fatima was said to also be about 8 months pregnant as of the time she and her kids were killed in their neighborhood in the Isolo area of Urumba South local government area. The widower, who works as a security guard in the area, told Headlines in a telephone interview that the tragedy had left him with extreme emotional distress which he might never recover from. Hello, good morning. Hello.
My brother.
Hello, good morning, sir.
Good morning, Dr. Akiko is on the line.
You're welcome.
Our wife is sitting with our children for their day. I want to get them to listen to them, that they should listen to their parents. Some of them are being taught good ways, the way of God at home, but their good influence is changing their ways in school. So I want to appeal to them to listen to their parents. The way they look at parents now, they call us old school. They say we are old school. But when we talk to them, they should listen to us. And I want to appeal to the government on the other side. They should allow these children to stay in school. They should pay the teachers. They should pay the workers. So that when we are in school, when the time we were in school, the salaries are paid as at when new. And we are getting the best of education. And now, when salaries are not paid as when due, you will find out that teachers are not happy to do the work. So I want to appeal to the government. Please, pay the dues as at when due. God bless this country.
Thank you very much. Students of the Federal University of Technology Owerri and Imo State University UNSO Owerri led other students in protest against the ongoing impasse between the federal government and the Academic Staff Union of Universities ASU. The action of the students left many motorists and travelers stranded. Speaking at the protest ground, chairman of the Federal University of Technology Owerri Photo branch of the Senior Staff Association of Nigerian Universities ASANU, Comrade Nwoke Uchenna, appealed to the federal government to respond urgently to the yearnings of ASU. Speaking on behalf of the protesters, Comrade AKG praised God, a student of Photo and the deputy coordinator, National Association of Nigerian Students, NANS, Southeast, said, if nothing is being done, Nigerian students will be at home for the next 6 months.
Morning, sir.
Children should be their parents. Parents should show the children the way of work, and we should speak in that language to our children. Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Newly employed Super Eagles head coach Jose Museiro on Thursday in the United States after his first training section in charge expressed satisfaction with the quality and character of players Nigeria are blessed with. The Portuguese statistician pointed out that he was impressed with the players' enthusiasm during the training despite the stress of long journey. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
My name is Alaji Lawal from Yonduji.
Thank you very much.
Yes, the situation is, has changed. Before this time, many parents care much about their works. But in this situation we are now in Nigeria, the parents know very well that it is their responsibility to take care of their work. But it is very unfortunate that this time around, a lot of parents have no time again. Because early in the morning, they have to leave home, even before the children, before they wake up, they have to, go out, to fed for whatever the children are going to be fed with. The situation has left them in the cold. The teachers in schools too, most of them are involved in so many other things to take care of themselves because one, most salaries are not there at the right time. Parents who are probably have retired, nothing is being paid for them, and now they take care of the children. If you want our children to have a better future, the federal government, the state government, they should wake up. the situation we are now, everything rests on the federal government. Let the children have their future. Most of the students now in universities are hard up. Is it not discouraging you?
Thank you very much
It's
for your
discouraging.
contribution.
So most of the parents, honestly, they are struggling to send their ones to school to have education, but the situation doesn't permit it.
Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, ma.
Good morning,
Good morning.
sir.
Good morning, ma.
Good morning.
I'm the name Honorable Ijela Asunu Adesina. I just want to advise all the parents and the teachers and the guardians to realize that the education of the children is our collective responsibility. Another important thing I want to advise the students or the children is that they should stay less on the social media, because the time they spend on the typing something on their assets, is consuming a lot of their time instead of them to concentrate on their educational advancement. The time they use on social media is too much. They should stop that kind of idea and face their studies cruelly. So,
Hello, good morning.
good morning to you in the studio.
Good
Good
morning,
morning,
sir.
sir.
Why you okay calling from Mesile?
Welcome, sir.
The children we have nowadays, they are quite different from when people like myself were children, when we were with our parents. Things have changed. Unfortunately, even for the parents, you have to take care of your children, but you don't have money to take proper care of them. You tell your children they are out of higher education, for a job. They allow the parents. They still want the parents to continue feeding them, taking care of them. With what? When you are a pensioner, your allowance is not even your grade. So you are a pensioner for the past 10 years to 2 years. And you see the current situation now. You are not a farmer. Even if you are a farmer, children have refused to go with parents to farm. And they go to school in the morning, they come back 4:30, and you were out of school 4:30 before they get home. And then you also again for the parents,
Thank you very much for your
and you have
contribution,
to
sir.
feed them. Very good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Finally.
Nigeria defender Williams Trust Ekong believes the Super Eagles will rise again after their recent setbacks. The Super Eagles have endured a disappointing campaign in the last few months. First, they suffered disappointment at the 2021 African Cup of Nations in Cameroon and later failed to clinch qualification for the 2022 World Cup finals in Qatar.
And finally, Super Eagles captain Ahmed Musa and 9 other players listed for the friendlies against Mexico and Ecuador in the United States have withdrawn from the squad. Nigerian Football Federation, in a statement on its official website on Friday, confirmed this development, just as the number of players in the camp has risen to 20 ahead of tonight's clash with 3 of Mexico at the AT&T Stadium, Hugo, Texas.
And that was it on today's edition of Headlines. And on behalf of the production advisor, Abimbola Babatunde, I am Adeni Kendi saying do have a nice weekend ahead of you.
And my name is Sulishola Egbodofo. Good morning.
For the best in news, sports, music, documentaries, news analysis, and lots more, tune to OSBC